Figures, Black Mask, Likeness and Beyond is a solo exhibition by this artist at the Signature Beyond Gallery in Lagos.
The man of many parts, contemporary visual artist, writer and critic, reveals his latest body of works in this exhibition at the Signature Beyond Gallery in Lagos.
This guy, even before the advent of this black movement, that everybody started doing it, he had started since 2016. He's been working on this theme particularly. And it's not about the art alone, but what the message the artworks are sending to the public is what I want everybody to catch up with. Number one, it's like putting the history of Nigeria and other West African countries together, representing who we are, our culture, and the way we live.
Black Figures, Black Masks, Likeness and Beyond is the title of Tobenna Okwuosa's solo show, and he explains the idea behind it.
It is a project that focuses on, the youth, and the emphasis is on identity. How do they see themselves? They are blacks, but how much of blackness is still in them?
One of the unique things I saw and a kind of likeness among all the paintings are the fact that they are painted with black. I mean the figures. So me, on my own, without even asking him first, I knew that it has something definitely to do with the Africans or the black tribe or the black religion. So for me, immediately I saw it, and then I saw mask on the paintings, which means definitely it's African, because it's kind of connecting the black of, the pictures, and then the mask. Of course, we know that masks are from Africa, so it's actually talking about Africans, and then identity, Africans realizing themselves or knowing themselves as who they are.
He gets inspired by different sources such as African literature, traditional African art, and material culture and ancient spiritual traditions.
He spent a lot of time making reference to the mask in all of his pieces, and they all come with different aspects of the African culture and nations. So for me, the materials and then the stamps really stood out in his collection.
They represent our past in its original state. And then I bring them into composition with these figures, modern figures, to create, to give them an identity that most of us seems to have lost, our African identity. So the mask represents the African identity. It also shows us, or the mask, plural, show us, different ways that different traditional artists have represented people. So we also find some other elements in the works, like the numbers, the letters. They are symbols of Western education. We are Africans who have imbibed, who have been influenced by other cultures. The African of today, the Nigerian man of today, the Nigerian youth of today is so much of a citizen of the world rather than a citizen of Africa. There are certain elements, like particularly in the hairstyle and even in fashion. So if you look at it, why is it that most of the figures are not putting on maybe the one we call African dress? Maybe dress is made from these African wasp prints. Because the youth are influenced more by the Western culture. So they would just want to dress like them. They want to dress like them. But in parties, you will see people wearing the things we call like African culture. But these were students on campus putting on clothes that they are comfortable in. So it wasn't for an occasion. It was just, their normal dress for lectures and, for everyday activity. So the identity we find in them, if we are looking for that African identity in terms of clothing, you wouldn't find much, but you find that in their hairstyle.
This creative holds a Bachelor of Arts in Sculpture, first-class honors, and an MFA in Painting from the University of Benin, Edo State, and obtained his PhD in Studio Arts from Delta State University, Abraka.
Remember, life is full of troubles and so you've got to stay focused and never